Hi. Welcome back to the Weekly Unfold with me, Ramat Tejani. Now, full transparency, I am recording this just before I head out to run the Manchester Marathon as part of a relay team. So I think I'm going to record the first bit now and then the other bits a bit later because I just want to make sure I record something. So yeah, and I'm running a bit late, so excuse me if I'm kind of like anyway. So this week I am feeling like I'm being reminded to step into who I am and who I've always been. So kind of challenging old patterns which have started to creep up and remembering that I don't need to like optimize my life all the time. So let's get into it. When it comes to the ask, I have realized that this saviour pattern is creeping into different areas of my life. This need to jump in, to want to fix things, all without holding space for myself. And so my ask this week has been, how do I challenge that? And how do I challenge it without feeling guilty? I don't need to save the world. I don't. And I always say, like, no one else is coming to save you. And in this instance, no one else is coming to save me. So I can't be busy saving the world without holding space for myself. And so some of the questions that I've been asking myself are things like, what part of this, whatever this is actually mine to carry? How can I validate myself before seeking validation elsewhere? And like affirmations like, you're allowed to hold yourself first. You're allowed to. So yeah, that's kind of like the ask that I've had this week around like, how do I challenge this inherent savior pattern which is creeping up and has been creeping up in various areas of life. I'm not here to save the world. I'm just about here to save myself. So yeah, that's that. All right, so my failure this week, as I said, I'm here to run the Manchester Marathon as part of a relay team, and I'm doing it with Adidas and Curl Kitchen and Underground Fan Club. They kind of have all come together and sponsored this group. With a great bunch of ladies, really fun, kind of like working towards this with them. Got to the hotel yesterday and realised I don't have a toothbrush and these pearly whites need to be cleaned. So had to run off to Sainsbury's and pick one up. It wasn't as expensive as I thought it would be. So yeah, got a good deal on that, proud of myself. But I did forget my toothbrush. So yeah, that was my failure for this week. All right, I need to go grab breakfast, and then I'll be back.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
All right, so I'm back. um, in terms of my first lesson slash reminder, um, this week it was about remembering that people's perspectives are just that, they are perspectives, um, and the perspectives of you are based on what they may have seen, what you may have shared, but they don't often know the whole story. Um, and so, just, I caught up with a few people this week, and I went to an event and I hadn't been in a really long time. And someone said something like, "Oh, yeah, I can see like you've really changed and you're just not quite yourself." And blah, blah. And I sat with it for a moment. And on my way home, talking to a friend, I was like, is she right? Like, have I changed that much? Is it? And she was like, all right, like, don't feel like you have to take on other people's perspectives of you. Like there may be elements of it that are true based on what you shared, but she hasn't got the whole story. And I was like, thanks, Rashada. My friend Rashada that I was with, I was like, that perspective was really needed in this moment because I would have, I would have unassumingly just continued to consider that perspective as being a true perspective when it wasn't necessarily. So, just a reminder that you don't have to shrink yourself to fit into people's versions of you. So yeah, that was my kind of like reminder number one. And number two, I love curiosity. I am a curious person. I love learning new things, figuring out new things, helping others like spark curiosity within themselves. However, I haven't been doing that lately. And having a chat with my coach last week really, this week that's just gone, really made me realize that I've been so focused on others, on work, on just getting through, to be honest, and I haven't stopped to kind of like explore and do that kind of childlike exploration, which I used to do all the time in different ways. So, yeah, she has challenged me to try and look for new things to do and new things to explore. Something that she said, or something that we've kind of come to the conclusion of, is that like life isn't just about being efficient; it's also about experiencing it. And we were talking, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I need to do this so I can become more disciplined." And she was like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa!" Ramat, pause. Like maybe you just need to do the things. So she sent me a list of like things to do in London, and I was like, "Oh, I'm probably done all of these things." And she was like, "There's 543 things on this list. You have not done it all." I was like, "Okay, challenge accepted." So yeah, I'm gonna try and do a few new things, but yeah, not everything is needs to be a process towards working towards something. Like sometimes just experience the thing. Those are my lessons for this week. All right, so I still have a bit of time, so I'm gonna do the first of the things that I'm thankful for or grateful for. I am super thankful for the group that we have doing these like relays for the Manchester Marathon. The ladies are so lovely, like so lovely. If I can, I'll put a picture of like them here or wherever. But it's been such a joy doing this journey with them. And I've said it in the past videos, I'm not the fastest of the group. I'm not. And yet there's been compassion and empathy in that anyway, and everyone's like, you're gonna be fine. So I'm just like thankful for the reminder that it's one foot in front of the other. That is how we're gonna do this. That is how we're gonna get through this marathon today. One foot in front of the other. That's it. That's it. Not worrying about everyone else's pace or everyone else's time. Just focusing on what I can do and how I can take up that space for myself. Going to like the beat of my own drum essentially. So yeah, just thankful for a super amazing group. Thankful for Charlie for organizing it. Like, yeah, Underground Fan Club is one of my favorite communities to be a part of. So I'm just so glad like I took up the challenge. And yeah, I guess you'll see me after the next part of the video. Will be after. Will be after. I don't know where I'll be. It'll either be back in London or at the end of the marathon, depending on how things pan out. So yeah, I'll let you know how it goes in like a couple of seconds because the edit.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
All right, Pete. So I am back in London. We literally finished the run and jumped on a train back to London. and I've just got home, and I'm like, if I don't do this now, I'm not doing this. So the second thing I am thankful and grateful for is community. After doing this run, and I didn't even do like the full marathon, like I did 11k. They split the full marathon into 4, and I got the second longest stretch to do, even though I'm the slowest, but that's by the way. But the community spirit as we ran was amazing. Like there were times, without a doubt, where I was like, okay, I can't do this. I can't do this. And I stopped, and I was just like power walking, listening to, I feel like I'm shouting, maybe because I've got my headphones in, where I was just like power walking, because I was like, I can't run anymore. And just like the crowd, they were like cheering me on, like, you've got this, keep going, like, well done. And I was like, oh, community spirit is amazing. So yeah, I loved the Manchester community, and kind of like the community that we had just generally when we were doing this run. The third thing I am grateful for, I'm gonna say rest. Like, we obviously after this, I'm resting my body. I'm about to jump in the shower, and yeah, I'm gonna have some like Epsom salts and just like ease my muscles. But that being said, rest is becoming more and more important to me, over the last week in particular, and I'm trying to lean into doing more of that, which isn't actually easy when you're so used to kind of being on. So yeah, I've been challenged to kind of like rest in different ways. So yeah, I'm looking at that, and today I can almost guarantee I will get my 8 hours sleep. Almost guarantee. So yeah, those are my 3 things that I'm thankful and grateful for. Let's get on to looking into next week, so I can go and shower. So looking into next week, I am trying to focus on less optimization of my life and trying to actually experience my life. Yeah, I mentioned it a little earlier, but not everything needs to be done for a reason. Like, sometimes we just do the things to experience it. Like my sister actually messaged me this morning to wish me good luck. She was like, don't forget to send a donation page. And I was like, I don't have one, because this time I'm not doing it for anything or any particular reason. I'm just doing it to challenge myself. So I'm trying to lean more into that space of just doing the things because you want to experience them and you want to see what that feels like, or what something feels like. So yeah, I guess, does it always have to be the most productive thing? Like, what if just for a bit we slow down and we actually just experienced it all? What if? I wonder. So I'm going to try and lean into that a little bit this week. We'll see how it goes. I'm a little, I guess, I don't know if you can hear like I don't know if it's doubt, but I don't know how it's going to go. So yeah, I'm open to trying though. That is one thing I am open to trying. So I guess my question to you is, with this week coming up, what will you experience? What one thing are you going to experience just for the sake of experiencing it? Just for the joy of it? Not because you're trying to be more productive, not because you're trying to be more efficient, like just because you want to experience it. Is it cooking a meal with like all the ingredients? Is it just going for, take the just out? Is it going for a walk? Is it just having a great conversation? I keep saying just, take the just out. Having a great conversation. Is it, I don't know, what is it? So yeah, I'm intrigued to know. Drop down in the comments, and thank you for watching as always. And yeah, stay out of trouble, unless it's good trouble, in which case go wild, and I will see you next week. I'm off to have a hot shower and have a hot shower and put some food on. I say on, I just need to like heat food so that I can actually enjoy life. So yeah, that's me, over and out.